Finally, Sven, brother Sven, will say a few words.
Thank you. I'll talk quietly. I guess at Christmas season, when Ole died, it brought my memories, among other things, to the times at Smeholmen when I was 3 to 6 years old and he was 10 years older. He was a teenager and one who we followed, I think, my brother Harold and I. We would go in for a Christmas tree on our island. We were on the neighboring island and always found one that might need some repair or restoration when we got back with it. Make sure all the limbs were in the places we wanted them to be. But we did it. We did this on Lille Julafton, the little Christmas Eve, the 23rd, and put the tree in place that day, and next day decorated it, and Lille Christmas Eve we all, of course, moved the tree out a little and went around it, holding hands and singing. Those are memories from my early days, and Ole was a big part of those memories. Ole, as a big brother, was also one who did a lot of the work on our yard, and on our boatyard, and on our island. And in the winter, there was a big herring fishery, which our family had been part of for generations. So we salted the herring, processed them. That required people. Ole was the one who organized and led that work. Neighboring people would come and help when we had herring to get them processed on time. And I remember one time it was pretty special for me. I was charged with going up on the hill and hold the flag indicating that we need people here now to process the herring. But they were salted, and he's the one who controlled the salinity of the water they were placed in. And once they were finished and sealed in the barrels, he's the one who transported them in probably a rowboat to a nearby cove that was not visible for people on vessels going by. We kept them out of the way of the formal economy, and so because these were occupied time, and we wanted to direct them in non-formal economic processes. Once he went to seaman school and for a year, and then off to sea. It was exciting to get cards, letters from him. Perhaps I think of them now as more frequently than they actually occurred, but they were important, and they were exciting. And they were from exciting places that I have thought of and has been in my memory, and thought of him forever, well, for the years since. One of which is Trinidad and Tobago. I enjoyed that name particularly, and the stamp from it, and I hope to visit there in not too long. I still have some of those stamps, I think. One time he was in, not very often did the ship return to to Norway, but one time there was a ship there, and it may have been a ship that he transferred to Norway on. But we took the coastal steamer to Bergen. My father, who was a widower by then, and my younger brother and I went there to see him, and that was exciting. That was a big excitement for us. Excuse me. One of my favorite authors and books is Zora Neale Hurston, who wrote in Their Eyes Are Watching God. Distant ships at sea carry all men's dreams. Pardon me. I thought of that with Ole, and I realized that he lived that dream. He lived it going throughout the world on the ships. He lived it finding his bride on the ship, and some of his daughters sailed with him on the ship. It was a dream. So we're glad that he brought his family, or jointly they came here to the United States where we had been for a while. It was good to spend time on the same coast with them at the same time. It's good to visit the home in San Francisco Bay Area where my big brother lived and his family. Thank you.
Thank you.